What's going on, guys? My name is Tom and welcome back to my channel. As you may or may not know, I am currently an architecture student and today I will be reacting to Scott Disick's home in California. It doesn't say exactly where in California, but before we get into it, make sure you obliterate that like button for YouTube algorithm, and without further ado, let's jump into the video right now.
How you doing? I'm Scott Disick and welcome to my house. As you can see, the house is somewhat of a farm-like house with an East Coast traditional swirl. So the layout of this house is great because you basically come in and you have everything right here. I know where my kids are at all times, so it's great. It's great that there's no sub, that I don't have to go find my kids in the basement. But I wanted to make it as modern and as cool as possible, but still leaving the comfort there so my children can feel safe.
Right off the bat, this already looks a lot more homey in comparison to some of the other houses and apartments that we've looked at, where it's just straight modernism from head to toe.
So this used to be a billiards room. I had a pool table, a little bar, and this and that. I realized I didn't really play pool. My kids didn't play pool. It seemed cool at the time, but it was a lot of wasted space. So now it's basically a formal living room with some Royer pieces and a Prouvé table, Prouvé side tables. And it's just a cool room, but it doesn't get used a ton.
So if it was wasted space when he had a pool table there and no one used it, but now there's a couple couches and a coffee table, but still no one uses it, I'm pretty sure that still is a waste of space.
And then if you come over here, you'll notice I have my formal dining room. Kind of nice that it knocks out the formal spots in the front because you don't really use them as much. But I take meetings here sometimes if I don't want to go to the office. I don't think I've ever had a piece of food there, though.
What's the point of even having it if you're not going to use it? I get that he said he uses it for work sometimes, but it seems like it's more there just to check it off the list and for aesthetics.
Right here is a unique thing to put a wine cellar under a staircase. I know now a lot of people are doing it, but there's wasted space, so you could turn it into something that works. Holds 500 bottles of your finest wine.
Yeah, I think underneath staircases have a lot of opportunity, but I think more often than not, they don't get utilized. Oftentimes in high-end houses like this, they will use it as a wine cellar, but I've also seen it used as extra storage space, as well as rooms for their pets where they would go sleep. So there's a lot of flexibility to it.
So obviously this is my movie theater, but the great part is that it's close to everything. It's also nice that if you notice, I made drapes that kind of match the walls. So it felt like a true authentic movie theater, but if I ever wanted to transform the room into anything else, or even if in the summer I wanted to just open the curtains and jump right into the pool, you can. The great part is I also have a little powder room here, so it has its own bathroom. For me, just to have a huge U-shaped couch instead of theater seating is a much better vibe because I think you're actually going to use it. You can lay down, you can relax, you can do whatever you want. You could sleep down here if you wanted to. It's great for all the kids to cuddle up, watch a movie.
If you're going to have a home theater where windows are, blackout shades are absolutely critical for obvious reasons. But I actually question the U-shaped couch because I would imagine if you have, let's say, 10-15 people all trying to watch one movie and you're sitting there on the sides, you're going to be like breaking your neck trying to see the screen.
This room here could be used as a downstairs master. You have a really nice view. You could see the pool. It feels very much like a hotel. So you could come in, drop your bags, live good for the weekend, and then get the hell out of here.
Having that outdoor space connected directly to the bedroom is A+, but what's that saying about guests? It's like, oh, guests are like fish. After about 3 days, they start to get old or something like that. It's very true, and I think Scott follows that to a T.
You know, you can tell that everything is very open, which is something I love. It's a double island kitchen, so it's nice. You could work on one, eat on another. What I really like is that if you're actually in the kitchen, you kind of feel like you're in a little bit of a command center. I have my kids, and I could see them. They're usually on the couch. There's dinner here, then the movie, then up to bed. So I kind of have a process of my night, so that's how it goes. And it's pretty down to a science. Carrara marble, Carrara backsplash, Carrara countertops on both, and then just a lot of white, just clean. You can find more white if you need to paint when your kid hits a wall, so I kind of keep it easy. Something about white stone is just classic, and it's always going to be nice. I don't think it's ever going to go out of style.
I'm glad that he separated the island into two different ones, because I've seen ones where they're just one giant, massive island, And you can't even reach into the center of it, so what's the point of even having it?
You know, I like to try to keep everything as organized as possible. We have label makers that label everything pretty much down from tortilla chips to candy to popcorn that's gluten-free, actually, cereals that are gluten-free. And then there's some hidden sections with the food that's, you know, not as good for you, but I don't let my kids see that. Once you get organized, it's just easier.
I may be wrong in saying this, but I cannot imagine Scott Disick going through and organizing the different types of cereals that they have. Maybe he hired a professional organizer, because I know that is a very real thing, or they have a housemaid who does all of that stuff for them.
So here is my living space where I spend a lot of my time. There's the fireplace, the TV works well. I also like the clean lines of everything being recessed into the wall with the TV, so it just looks chic, clean, and I feel good in it. Slip covers, because my kids tend to spill things. As I look, there's more stains than I realized, but it's part of the game.
I actually like the fireplace a lot. It is very modern and clean and adds a lot of dimension to the room by pushing it and pulling those different volumes off of the wall.
This door goes all the way through and opens up to the whole house. Right here, nice place to sit, relax. You're close to the house where you have that indoor-outdoor living. Fireplace, place to eat. A recently built Zero Edge and Infinity with graded land. Kind of have another hidden little patio. Has a little bit of a secret layer type feel, which is great. The one thing that I saw that this house had in the sense of potential was the backyard. And I knew that it needed to be elevated for this house to really show. And it really did open up the property, opened up this view, and it made the house much more special than a lot of houses you'll find in Hidden Hills, because they don't have views and they don't see lights. So for me, it's pretty special. It gives me kind of a taste of every world, and I like it, and all my kids like it, so it's been a big hit.
I think the landscaping is actually really well done. I like that he has that sunken level that you don't see right away, and it's not until you get closer to it where you notice those steps that start to cascade down. It creates a sense of discovery that leads to an intimate area within the openness of the entire backyard.
So here you'll find my motor court, which is obviously very close to my heart because I've always loved cars my whole life. Always been a collector of some nature. You know, I'm lucky enough now to have a lot of cars that I love. This is an 812 Ferrari, which is the newest, fastest V12 Ferrari that they make. An old classic Shelby Cobra, which is pretty unbelievable. It's very rare. Rolls-Royce Dawn, convertible, easy, top down, great car. Brand new Range Rover, the best car ever. Haven't driven it yet, but number one car. If I had to have one car, it would be a Range Rover. Then the new Bentley SUV that came out. Great car as well, but if you had to take everything away from me, even my house, just leave me with a Range Rover.
It's really cool that he has all these cars. I'm personally not a huge car person, but I can appreciate them. It might be slight overkill to me, but granted, he's not really going to be losing any money on these. If he's smart, he's choosing cars that don't depreciate in value over time, so he can always resell it for possibly even a profit when he wants to get rid of them. But it's amazing to me that he has so many, but hasn't even driven all of them. But if that's what he's into.
This is kind of one of those little areas where you didn't really know what else to do with it. So I put a day bed, 2 kangaroo chairs that are genre, that are very old French chairs that are very much collectibles, and a Prouvé day bench. It's a nice segue into then my master.
I guess that works. I don't know. I'd rather see a mini art gallery or something rather than just a daybed and a couple chairs sitting there that no one's going to use anyway. At least if it's artwork, you can look at it and appreciate it a little more.
There's 2 sides of it. There's the living side, and then there's the sleeping side.
Again, I don't understand why people put living rooms in their bedrooms. It's for sleeping.
I've wanted to make it as cool as possible, but as comfortable as possible. I have a custom 9x9 bed, so it becomes a little difficult because it's not just making the bed larger, it's making the mattress larger, the sheets, the shams, the pillows, everything. And then if you notice, you don't really see where the TV is because I put a projector here and then a screen that's 12 feet pops out of the middle and then creates a wall that goes all the way down to the ground, separates the 2 rooms and actually makes this room then feel a little bit smaller, cozier, and gives you a 12-foot screen to watch. Now you have a mini cinema into your master bedroom. And when it's dark, all you literally see is just a screen.
Yeah, the only problem with that is that it has to be pitch black in order to see the screen. If you try to watch that during the daytime, you're not going to see anything.
Kind of the sitting room. I don't use it a ton, but it is a good place if you ever need to just kind of get away, think, maybe jump on the computer. I also have a huge balcony here that looks off into everything. If my kids are swimming, I can go out there, see them in the pool. You get that king of the jungle feel here where you kind of are watching over everybody. It's obviously quite sizable. And it's great because then I have everything right here. I can see everybody. And then if I want, I can go get back to myself, which I never really do. But it sounds good in theory.
He doesn't use it a lot. Why do we have it if we're not going to use it? There seems to be a very common theme in this house of Scott Disick not using at least 4 rooms in his house so far that we've seen.
And then this is my master bathroom. There's pretty much a his and hers. 2 sinks, 2 bathrooms, big shower, a couple different shower heads, steam shower, which is great and is used, which is amazing. The only thing that I don't actually have in here that I regret that I didn't do is heated floors.
Oh yes, if you've seen my videos before, you know that I am all for the heated tile floorings in bathrooms. 11 out of 10 would recommend. Definitely going to have them in my future house.
As far as fixtures, you'll notice that my hardware is a matte black. And one of my big things is always putting the biggest mirrors possible. Always opens up the space. And then, which is great, you have this big hot tub that looks right over your view. Nice place to hang out if you're a bathtub type of guy.
Done a pretty good job at keeping it to that modern style that he likes while also making it feel very livable. I think Scott is suffering from a condition I'm going to call I have more space than I actually need. He's not even using half of his house. There was at least 4 or 5 rooms where he said, I don't really use this. Like, what's the point of even having it? Just move somewhere else and downsize a little bit so you just have less stress to worry about. Plus, it'll cost less and you'll have less stuff to worry about keeping in order. He could use the money he's saving and buy another car. But with that being said, thank you for watching. As always, let me know what you think of Scott's house in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on so you get notified every time that I upload. Thank you again so much for watching, and until next time.